This is for my babies.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you are new. So today I'm just coming to you with this little video for this cute little sweater that I made. I feel like this method right here is, well, hold on. Let me back this up. Excuse me in the way I look right now. My makeup is super greasy because I literally just got off work. It's like 7 o'clock and I just got off work. Hobby Lobby was slaving me today. Every time I get on camera, I have just gotten off work and my face is super greasy. So my bad, y'all. I be looking cute before I go to work. Trust me, I just don't fix it before I get on camera because I'm about to take this makeup off anyway. So like I said, enough about me. I made this sweater and I feel like it's just a super cute method on how I made the sweater. Now I did it in back loop double crochet and half double crochet just to hurry up and get the sweater finished. You can use any stitch pattern with this. You can use all double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet, any stitch pattern, chevron stitch, anything. You can use that with this as long as you know the measurements that you want to use and you know the pattern multiple for whatever stitch pattern you're using. It's so easy, dog. Like, it's really easy. This video is kind of janky. Sorry, but I was trying to hurry up and get a video finished and I work like all week. So anyway, thanks, and if you like this video, go ahead and comment down below and let me know what you like, or just go down there and tell me anything because I like hearing from y'all. So alright guys, bye. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So today, to make this video, we're just going to be using some yarn that I got from AC Moore. I really don't know any specs on the yarn. I know it's probably about a weight 5 bulky yarn. It's really soft. We're going to be using scissors, a 6.5 millimeter stitch, 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, and you're going to need a tape measure to get your measurements. So basically right now, I'm just going to make my little magic circle to start off with, and I'm sorry I sound so sleepy, but it's early in the morning when I'm doing this voiceover. So yeah, I went on the Craft Yarn Council's website and I basically seen how you take your measurements, and I did my shoulder to shoulder measurement and I got 14 inches. So if you look on the website, you'll be able to see what they mean with a picture diagram on how to measure your shoulders, and they also have a chart on how many inches your shoulders are for your size. I decided to just measure myself and I got 14 inches. So I multiplied 14 by 3, which is my stitch gauge. I have 3 stitches per inch and I got 48. So I'm chaining 48. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure my 48 stitches to make sure that I'm coming out with the correct measurement, because you don't want to start off with the wrong measurement. And right now I'm getting 13, but if I stretch my yarn just a tad bit, I will get 14. So now I know I have the correct amount of stitches for the size that I want to make. So after you chain 48, you chain 2, and then you want to single crochet in the 3rd stitch from the hook. And that's just giving you some room for your turning and all of that. And then you want to single crochet across all 48 stitches. I'm going to speed this up a little bit in the video because I don't really feel like you need to see me go through a whole row. So after you complete that row, we are going to start our back loop double crochets. So you want to chain 3 and turn your work. And we're working in the back loops only. If you don't know what back loop double crochet is, you just want to look at your stitch and go in only the back loop. You can look at plenty of YouTube videos or Google it. And I'm going to double crochet across all 48 stitches. And super duper easy. And like I said, you guys, you can do any pattern you want. Okay, so right now I'm just showing you what it looks like when you do a back loop. This would be the inside and the outside would be this. Because I didn't like the way that it looked when I had folded the sweater and you could see all the lines in it. So basically you're going to chain 2, and that first chain is always going to count as a stitch. So I'm half double crocheting in every stitch, all 48 stitches across. And every time you half double crochet, you just chain 2 to begin the half double crochet. And that's going to give you room for your turning chains. And so yeah, that's basically the pattern, is back loop double crochet and half double crochet. And I'm going to do that for about 15 rows. And then you want to find the middle point of your sweater. Mine was 24 because I have 48 stitches to begin with. So once you find that middle part, you put your stitch marker there, and wherever you left off crocheting, that would be where you're going to make your first side to your sweater. And this is going to be where your bust is. So we're going to chain 3, and this row is going to be a back loop double crochet row. And you're going to back loop double crochet all the way across 22 stitches and leave 2 stitches to double crochet together. And if you don't know what back loop double crochet together is, or just double crochet together, you should Google it or look on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can find so many videos, or you can just watch what I'm going to do in this video. Okay, so once you have 2 stitches left over, you're basically going to loop over and do a partial double crochet. And I need to go in the back loops. I keep forgetting. So you just do 1 loop over, go into the other stitch, do a partial double crochet, and then you pull through all 3 loops that are left on your hook, and then it combines to just be 1 double crochet. So now you are left with 23 double crochets. Your next row will be half double crochet, so you just chain 2, half double crochet across 23 stitches. Your half double crochet rows are not decrease rows, and if you're not using this stitch pattern, then whatever other row you decide to use, you will not be decreasing, because then you'll get a decrease that's way bigger than what I have, and I don't know if that's what you want or not, but you can try it out to see. So like I said, you want to go ahead and half double crochet into that next stitch, because your chain 2 is counting as a stitch. And your chain 3 was as well. So yeah, half double crochet across, and then when you get to the end, you chain 3 and you go back down to do your back loop double crochet. I'm so sorry guys. You do your back loop double crochet, and you will be decreasing the last 2 stitches together. So basically this is what you should have so far. You can see the slight decrease, and like I said, we're going to chain 3. We're going to go back and do back loop double crochet all the way to the end, and we are going to decrease the last 2 stitches together, and then you should be left with 22 stitches. So like I said, you go all the way and leave 2 stitches. And now I'm going to do a partial double crochet, loop over, go on the other stitch, do a partial double crochet, and then loop all together. That is the pattern. I'm going to do that until I get about 12 stitches, and that was about 12 to 13 rows that I did that on. I think it was about 12 or 11. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all.
but I know it was 13 in total. I did 2 additional rows that weren't decreased, so I think it was 11 decreased rows. So yeah, I am at the point where I want to stop, and this will be my shoulders at the top. I did add 2 extra rows after I finished the 11 rows, so that made it 13. Yeah, so that's what it is. I was confusing myself. So basically you want to finish off and tie it so it won't come out. Do the same exact thing on the other side, but you do want to flip your work over, and you want to start in the middle where your stitch marker is, so you have an even flow with the pattern and you don't have it looking crazy. So right here I'm joining my yarn again, and I'm going to start with my back loop double crochet rows, and I'm just going to do the whole pattern the same exact way I did at the other one. So when you do your first side, you want to make sure that you write down what you did so you can remember exactly what you did row for row. So like I said, this is basically going to start your v-neck if you continue the pattern that you did on the other side. Yeah, so it's pretty much easy. Once you do all of that, you fasten off the other side like you did the first side, and then this portion right here, I'm going to add an additional 24 stitches in between the shoulder pieces, and that's going to bring me back to a total of 48 stitches because I have 12 stitches on each side of the shoulder panels, and that equals 24. And so I'm just adding 24 more right here in the middle. And so you can do the same thing when you make your sweater. If you started off with 16 inches, however many stitches that was, you just get yourself back to that number, because this is going to start the back portion of the sweater. So like I said, I'm adding 24 stitches to my 12 stitches on each side. And I find this method really easy, and it's true to sizing when you use this method. So then you want to make sure your chain is as straight as possible, and then you want to connect it however you can. I have all these loose ends that I have not cut or weaved in. Please excuse them. This is just like a tester sweater just to show you how to do it, but it actually turned out cute enough for me to wear, so I'm not mad. And you just want to go ahead and connect that to the other shoulder parts and fasten that off as well. And then we are going to reconnect our yarn on the end of one of our sweater panels, our shoulder pieces. I keep going for the right side because I'm right-handed, so whatever's comfortable for you, do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna reconnect my yarn, and I'm going to half double crochet across all 48 stitches, because now I'm starting the back piece and I need to have 48 stitches again so it can match the front piece. And those 24 stitches are filling in the gap that we did for the v-neck, if you're confused. Okay, so I chained 3 and I pulled the yarn down, and now I have 2. I don't know if that confused you or not, but that's what I did. And so I'm gonna half double crochet across all of these stitches. And I'm sorry you guys if you can hear my background. I do have the air conditioner on, and my computer is sitting right in front of me while I'm doing this voiceover, of course, and it's running kind of hot and it's making noise. So I appreciate your patience for watching this annoying video. So yeah, half double crochet across all the stitches. Okay, so now we have gotten all the way to the point where we are going across the next shoulder piece. And after this portion, you're really just going to be working the same pattern rows that you did for 1 and 2. Just keep rotating between back loop double crochet and half double crochet. No decreasing, no anything, just as many rows as you need to achieve the length that you are going for. I did the same amount of rows that I did for the front panel right on the back. So as you can see, this whole row right here is what will connect the back portion of the sweater. If you was to put this around your neck right now, you would look funny, but you would see how it's all going to work out, and how your V-neck is going to sit on your bust area, and how your shoulders area is probably going to sit as well. So like I said, you just continue the pattern for however many rows you need to. So this is basically what I'm looking like. This is where I started. The whole back portion is complete. When I flip it over, you'll see my V-neck portion. So yeah, now we're just going to add the sleeves. And this is the easiest part to me, the sleeves. Once you measure yourself, I went on the Craft Yarn Council's website, and their measurements for the sleeves just didn't really match what I wanted. It said about 6.5 inches, but I prefer about 8 inches. So the row where we added the 24 stitches at, that's what you're going to consider your middle part. Okay, when I say the middle part, that's the part that I'm talking about, the row right before the 24 stitches that we added. So I'm basically, where my finger is the middle row, and on each side of that middle row I'm measuring 8 inches out. So right here, and the front panel is going to be 8 inches out, and the back panel is going to be 8 inches out, for a total of 16 inches, because that's how big I want my armhole for this sweater. So if you just take a measuring tape and you go all around your arm, if you go on the Craft Yarn Council website, you will see the diagram of how they want you to measure it. And you do that measurement, and whatever measurement you get, you make it work for your sleeve. You divide it however you can, and you make it for your size. So yeah, I put a stitch marker on the ends of the sweater where I'm going to put my sleeve, and I did the same exact thing for the other side. Make sure you get it in the same exact spot, because you do not want uneven sleeves and your sweater is going to look all types of crazy. I don't know if y'all seen the Cosby Show, but when they made that Garden Gore Trail shirt, I can't even pronounce the word. Anyway, it was all jacked up, and you don't want your sweater to look like that. Like, I'm telling you, you don't. You're going to be so mad after you did all this work and your sleeves are crooked. So basically, where each stitch marker is, or my safety pins that I'm using as stitch markers, you're going to go ahead and you're going to half double crochet across all those rows. So at this point, every half double crochet row, I'm just placing 1 half double crochet. For every double crochet row, I'm placing 2 half double crochets in that space. And you'll be able to tell because the stitch will be longer. And that's just how I'm going to make my sleeve, fit. I don't remember how many stitches I had across. That doesn't really matter, because everybody's will probably be different anyway with our tension and our gauges and all that. So with the sleeve, I decided to decrease for about 8 rows, or 4 to 8 rows, but I didn't decrease on every end. I decreased on every other end of each row. It's kind of confusing, but you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want and make your sleeve whatever size you want. I will be putting this pattern on my blog, and I will have better details about it. So yeah, now basically you just want to continue the pattern on both sides of your sweater to complete your sleeves, like I have done. It's so super easy, you guys. So we're going to stitch up our sweater. So basically I'm just showing you what it looks like laid out: the front, the back, and the sleeves. And then you just fold it on up. But I grabbed the shoulder part and I just fold it in half, and then bam, your sweater. So cute, so comfy. I love the neckline, I love everything about it, and I didn't have to do too much math. It wasn't hard. Some people like to make it super duper hard, but it's not hard, it's super easy. And yeah, that's how my sweater turned out. So now we're just gonna stitch up the sides. So I start from the bottom, reconnect my yarn. I probably shouldn't have used the same hook that I crocheted it with, but I didn't care. I just went right ahead. I didn't feel like finding my little yarn needle or anything. And I'm gonna place single crochets wherever I can to stitch up this sweater and not have so many holes. You want to try to minimize the holes that you have on your sweater. I will be showing you guys how to stitch up your sweater better, but this was just a super beginner or whatever friendly video. If anybody can take any jewels from this video and make a sweater, then I have done my job. I'm sorry I didn't give you all the different measurements and stuff like that. I will be working on that, but there's a problem going around where people are taking my videos and they're basically writing patterns for it and they're selling it on Etsy and different platforms. And it's really annoying because I work hard to come up with what I come up with. I'm not just going on other people's pages or whatever and like copying their work. I'm doing the math myself and I'm coming up with it myself. I'm using my knowledge on how garments fit and stuff like that. So it's really annoying and I don't like it. So I'm just gonna proceed how I feel comfortable to proceed on YouTube, and right now this is how it's gonna be. And I will be getting my pattern testers together so I can be releasing patterns, because I plan to monetize my own patterns before someone else monetizes my pattern, because it's not right. Anyway, we are at the end of the sleeve, because I told you to just go ahead and single crochet all the way up. And then I just did like a little single crochet edging around the sleeve just so it wouldn't look extra raw. But I kind of like it because I didn't put a trim around the V-neck of the sweater. But you could totally do that if you want to, but I liked how it looked anyway. And so I'm leaving it like that. Anyway, when I do the pattern on my blog, it'll probably look a little bit different. It'll probably have, you know, some edging put on it and stuff like that. But this was just a quick video to show you guys a method on how to do sweaters. I did do this before with a sweater, a striped sweater that I had. I'll link it in the cards above from like last year, but I just decided to do another version of the sweater, and it's much shorter than that one was. And it's a little bit form-fitting than the other one was. The other one was kind of baggy and loose. Anyway, I'm going to take myself off of this video sounding all types of nasty. I did brush my teeth, just to let y'all know. I didn't come over here doing voiceovers with stank breath. So that's the finished sweater, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this sweater. And go ahead and send me pictures when you make yours. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.